Hello, my name is Seija and welcome to Crafts and Treasures. And today we are traveling to Lahti Miniature Fair. It's one of the biggest ones here in Finland and this is the 19th time it's held. I've never been to this one before, so I'm really excited to see what it's gonna be like. We only have few miniature fairs here, so I think every fair counts. And I bet even to this one there's gonna be people and artists from all over Finland. This year it's been held in this beautiful industrial brick building called Asko. And I started my visit by checking out all of these beautiful dioramas and room boxes that were out for display. And as you can see, there's so many different kinds from all sorts of different kinds of artists. And you can really see the character and the personality in each one of them. And no, I did not film them all, but just some of my favorites. For example, I loved this candy shop. It's just so cute. And this Snow White one, that's mind-blowing how they used the book. I think that's so creative. And I think this is the best part of the fairs. They're so inspiring and you just get so full of ideas from others. I'm sorry this is a bit shaky, but I think this was one of my favorites. I love all the instruments. They're so beautiful. But yeah, super inspiring and super fun to see all these different styles. Then let's head out and see all the sellers. Here we have some amazing room box thingies in little matchboxes. I thought they were so adorable. This table was from Gepetto or Gepetto in Finnish. and I love their laser cut kits. They make a lot of furniture pieces in different kind of scales, so really beautiful. And I love that since it's a kit, it always leaves a little bit of room for customization. I actually have few of their furnitures and instruments and I just adore them. They're really great. Here we have, this was a huge table from this family that told me that their mom had just passed away and they were here to sell her collection, and the collection, as you can see, was massive. I don't even think I filmed the whole table because it was so big, but there was so many stunning pieces. Like, look at this one, for example. The details, like, what? That's amazing. So stunning. There was so many pieces I wish I could have taken with me, but I was on a budget and sometimes you have to be realistic on what do you actually need for your projects and whatnot. For some reason I have a weak spot for rocking horses, so I was really thinking should I get that one, but then again, where would I put it? I don't even have a whole doll's house in 1/12 scale right now, so yeah. This one was one of my favorites. The details in this dress is just mind-blowing. This table was from Minimami. She hand knits all of these garments. There was beanies, there was mittens, there was wool socks, basically anything you can think of. And they were so cute. I love all the pastels, even though I don't really have that many pastel colored projects myself. This table, I unfortunately cannot remember who it was from, but I just loved all these little handmade woven baskets, and there was even a little cap and lots of furniture that were really true to Finnish design. Here I was trying to look for a chicken from, I think this was Aimo table. I love chickens, I absolutely freaking love chickens, and I plan on making a garden of some sort at some point where I want the chickens to be free roaming around. But unfortunately I just didn't find the kinds of chickens that I would fall in love with, you know? These frogs were really tempting though, because look at how tiny they are. But yeah, they had massive amounts of stuff as well, and I liked how they displayed everything in the boxes, so it was like kind of easy to go through what you wanted and what was looking interesting. This table was from Seija Saarinen, and she had a lot of like Finnish food packages, and there was like even long drinks and beers, I think. And I love this little sauna setup. And all these Finnish things in general, because like I always love to see my culture in miniature. I cannot wrap my mind around whose table this was, but I love the wreaths and the little plants and the cakes. I love mini cakes. And talking about miniature food, this was maybe my favorite table. This was by Happy Little Muffin, and I bought some things from this table for sure. Like, look at that little baking nook, so cute. And this little like shop display, just absolutely stunning. The atmosphere was like right there, and the products were super detailed. We also had lots of different scales of things. There was Barbies. I think I also saw some Legos. So yeah, I think there was something for everyone. And this is just the last little peek to Gepetto's table before I headed back home. And honestly, personally, I feel like fairs are always a bit overwhelming. I'm a really sensitive person, and all the noises and lights and things can feel a lot much. But at the same time, I just love the experience that I can go somewhere and get all sorts of different kinds of things at once. So I had a lot of fun, even though it's always a trip. Anyway, here we are back at home, and I'm gonna show you everything I got. So first off, we have these wooden trims. I've been looking for these quite a lot. I haven't found any in my city, so I got really lucky that I found this whole bunch for like, I think maybe about for 5 years. There was many different kinds, and I have lots of ideas because I think these are so multi-purpose. You can use them as well, like painting frames, and I actually do plan on making window frames to this house that I showed you in the last video, because it's missing some. So yeah, that's definitely gonna come to use. And yeah, I'm just really happy that I found them, because they're so convenient, and you can never have too much like little wood scraps and things like that when you're crafting miniatures. So yeah, great find. Then next we have this little mass-produced sewing machine. It's like the old Singer kind. It does look a bit, well, mass-produced, but I don't know, there was something I liked. I plan on changing the little knobs to make them look more realistic, and I need a heat gun to get rid of all of the accessories, because there's so much excess glue, like it's crazy. So I want to get rid of them, clean them up, add some little details, and then glue them back in at some point. But other than that, I think the frame is great, and the sewing machine itself looks just really beautiful. I really like it. And I do plan on making some sort of craft room. Well, most of my Sylvanians are crafters anyway, or collectors, so I think I won't have any issues to like find a home for this little piece. I really, really want to make like a craft room full of different kinds of things. And then, well, we have actually one Sylvanian that I got, and these poor little bears, as you can see, they're a bit rough looking, let's just put it that way, but I love the pants, so I felt like I had to get them. The Sylvanian is Poodle sister, I think, Poodle Kid, and she has her original dress on, so I was really happy to find her. Can't remember how much I paid for her, maybe $150 or something. She wasn't expensive, but I love the ears, they're so fluffy looking. So yeah, she's gonna be a great addition to my collections, and I cannot wait to find her rest of her family. The bears, like I said, are a bit rough looking, and the other one is like they're missing flocking, and the other one is missing an eye. But I think they could be great for some experimenting, like learning new ways to restore flocking and maybe some bit more wilder customizations. So little test pieces are always welcome. And like I said, I love the pants, so I'm definitely gonna give those to some of my Sylvanians. Here we have an amazing little plant flower. I don't know a lot about flowers, so well, I do, but not these kinds. So I don't know what kind of flower is this, some sort of lily maybe, but I thought it was so beautiful, and the pot is just stunning. This was from the table where the family was selling their mom's collections, and I think I paid like €5 for it, and I thought it was totally worth it because it's handmade and really great quality and really unique piece as well. I'm not exactly sure how it's made. I was trying to figure it out, but anyway, super stunning. And next we have this small little bear. I think this was the funniest thing I got. It's made from pipe cleaner, and I've always wanted to learn how to make this. I've seen some YouTube tutorials, and I actually won this one from the raffle they were having. But there was just something so adorable about him. Like, it's just cute. I love the little orange eyes, like gives that little vintage weird look. But overall, I think it's just such a simple and nice way to make miniatures. So I thought it would be fun to have it as like a model, so I can practice making some myself. And I'm also working on a nursery, so I think he's gonna find a good home from there. Then we have some little things. I got this jar that was covered in polymer clay. I don't know why, but this isn't something that I would usually get. But for some reason, I like the colors, and I thought it looked really nice with this vase. So I got them. They were only 50 cents each, so basically free, to be honest. And I loved the vase. Like, I love everything that's like white and bluish, like that has the china, vibe to it. Even though it's not perfect, but like if I make some flowers there, I'm sure it will be like just amazing. Just a little filler to some of my shelves and tables and whatnots. So you always need little knickknacks like that. Here we have a little pin cushion that's inside of a teacup. I've actually seen some of these in real life and also on Pinterest in real life size. So I thought this was really fun. And it looks like there's some caviar beads just glued into the fabric. But I think the illusion is really there. Like, I don't know if you can see it here, but to me it makes sense. And I thought it was fun, kind of like different kind of miniature that I don't usually see. So I had to get it. And like I said, most of my Sylvanians are crafters, so there's no way I cannot find a place for it. And honestly, I might just even glue it to the sewing machine, because I think it fits there quite well. And we'll add something more to that kind of empty looking table. At least my craft places are always quite crowded and full of stuff, let's just put it that way. Here is one of my ultimate favorites. It's a newspaper with mushroom knife and obviously some mushrooms. And this one I got from Happy Little Muffin. It was €7, but so beautiful. All the mushrooms and the knife are handmade, and all the mushrooms are also finished, like mushrooms you can find from the forest. So as someone who loves foraging and mushroom hunting, it was just something that was a no-brainer for me to get. Like, it was just so pretty. else I got from them were these cinnamon rolls. We call them korvapuusti. It's a really classic Finnish dessert, or just something you have with coffee. And even though usually I don't have a lot of Finnish elements in my builds, I thought this is something I cannot pass on. Like, I just need it. I can almost like smell them because they look so real. So yeah, just super adorable. And it was only €4, I think, so not that expensive either. Then I got this, a bit of a random tea set. It's missing the teapot, I think, yeah. But I love the print. It's like little berries or something. And I'm in desperate need of more tea sets. So I had to get it even though the pot was missing. And I got it for fairly cheap, like super cheap. I had a little lot of stuff and I got it within that one. So I think the overall price was like maybe €2 or something. So yeah, I think it was worth it. And I think they're gonna be just adorable in my builds. I also got these little pastries from Happy Little Muffins as well. And I actually realized that they go super well together with these new plates I got. And they were so tiny. It was actually mind-blowing that they were only 50 cents each as well. Because there was so much details. Like if the muffin had a blueberries and a raspberry on it. There's some raspberries on this one. I'm not actually really sure what that pastry is. But I don't mind. I like the way they look. But I got all of them a little bit different. There was blueberry, raspberry, and then red currant one. And all only 50 cents each. So I think it was a really good find. And the details are just amazing. Nice little treats to have in your coffee table. But yeah, I think the raspberry is my favorite because it's like, you can, with bare eye at least, I don't have the kind of lens that shows it well, but with bare eye at least, you could really see the little details of the raspberries, like the texture and everything. So that must have taken quite a long time to craft. Let's clean up a little bit. And next we have some Dollhouse magazines. It's actually quite tricky to find English or like foreign Dollhouse magazines anymore in Finland. So when I saw this, I had to snatch some. So this Dollhouse and Miniature Scene is a British magazine. And it was in great condition. It was only missing some cutout pages, I think. Maybe this one didn't even have any. Can't remember. But yeah, it had great articles, and I love the style. Like, it's quite vintage, old-looking one. And Miniaturas is, I think, Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. Okay, but this was so beautiful, and they had the cutouts, so I had to get them. I think I paid €5 for all of these magazines, and I just adore them. Look at this box thing. I cannot wait to like cut them out and craft them. I think they're gonna look so good on my builds. But overall, amazing find, and I hope I can find more foreign magazines in the future for as cheap as these ones were. Then this is my favorite find of the day. There's 3 things in this little box, and I also got this part of a little lot. Like, I bought a bunch of little knickknacks, and these were part of that lot. Anyway, they were super cheap and clearly handmade, so let me show what I got. Here we have, I think this is called yarn spinner or something like that. Anyway, the idea is to wrap wool around it and then spin it so it makes it into a yarn, so you don't need, what is that wooden thing with a wheel called? I can't remember right now, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's one way to make yarn, and I cannot wait to add some wool and like make it actually look like there's someone making the yarn. So I thought it was just adorable, I had to get it. Then we have this little comb. I don't know if there's some specific use for this one, but I thought it was just beautiful. It's wooden and it's really finely made. Maybe if you know if there's some specific use for this one, then let me know. And the last little piece is this amazing knife. And I didn't know it comes off, but at home my husband noticed that it does. And the craziest thing is that blade is actually silver. And I'm telling you, I paid like €1, €2 of this. It's handmade. I found that it's made by a jeweler named Gepetto. I don't know what that means or if it's even pronounced that way, but Finnish jeweler has handmade this, and the original price for this has been €35. So I was like, wow, what the hell? Craziest fan ever. And I think this is gonna be my favorite miniature fan I've ever made. I'm gonna cherish it for the rest of my life because it's just stunning. I love the little leather and the wooden handle, and the proportions are just perfect. Like, it's just so beautiful. And I love the tiny blade, like, oh, so adorable. And also, again, a little notch to my Finnish heritage in my projects, even though I don't usually have a lot of Finnish pieces. So I think it's gonna be a really fun piece to add to my collections. So yeah, let's put it back in the box and keep it safe. And then the last thing that I bought was this rug. I was trying to think, what is it called? Like hide? Yes, cowhide. And I've been looking at these for quite a while, so I decided already upfront that I'm gonna get one of these. It's really simple, just cut out from some fabric, but the fur was really realistic looking one. I think it works great in this scale. I have this big house that I'm gonna show you in next video, I think, and I think I'm gonna put this one into that. And or maybe I could like build some sort of like hunter's cabin or something. Like I want something where there's like lots of leather, dark wood, sort of a nomad vibe, maybe some trophies, kind of like man cave-ish thingy, like something like that. Like just to put some balance on all of the cutesy stuff that I have a lot currently going on. But yeah, that was all I bought. But then there was also this recycling table, and the table works in a way where you can bring some stuff there and take some stuff with you. So I found this little display case, and I've already, as you saw, like I've already put some feet on it so it would stand a bit better on a table, on a shelf. But I plan on putting some of my favorite pieces in this one. Like I have this eraser from I think it's from 80s, but it's like gramophone. That's actually an eraser, and I think it's like just stunning, and it fits there perfectly. So I plan on just putting some of my favorite pieces there. And then I also got like lots of little knickknacks. I bought this box so I would, like, if I buy something that easily breaks, I will just put it in the box, and that way I can transfer it safely. But there's a lot of stuff like I got from the table. There's pants, some lace, wood sticks, lots of little charms. For example, this little lantern and this adorable little bucket. No idea what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I think all sorts of little knickknacks are always useful when you wanna have that maximalistic vibe into your builds like I do. This cup was so adorable and so tiny, like just amazing. And this car, I thought if I just cut off the little link, then it could go to my nursery as a little old tin toy car. because why not? Let's just, oh yeah, it cut off like just like that. So I think it's like perfect just the way it is, like nothing else needs to be done, and I think it's gonna work well in my nursery as a toy. And then let's see what else. Oh yeah, I got this little gun because me and my husband has been joking that it would be kind of fun to make some badass Sylvanians, you know. In my lore, they would be maybe planning on a robbery, maybe they will rob a bank or something. And I think the contrast between the cute characters and some guns and like thug aesthetic is kind of fun. So I plan to do something like that. Maybe not with this poodle, but yeah, I cannot wait to build some sort of storyline revolving around that. But yeah, I think that was everything that I got, and as I said, I think my favorite was the wooden handle little knife with the silver blade, because that was just amazing found. And I also think my second one are these shrimps, because I've been so desperate to get some, and the deal was so good, and I have so many ideas how to use them for, like, I think we're gonna do some painting frames and also the window frames for the Sylvanian house that I got recently. So obviously lots of inspiration and so much ideas going in my head right now, and I hope you got some of that as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!